Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer.com. Today on our 2016 Ford Explorer, we're going to be taking a look at your best flat tow options. A flat tow is going to consist of 5 major components. So let's go ahead and run through those now. Our first one is going to be the base plate. The base plate is going to connect to your Explorer's frame and provide us with a very solid and reliable connection point to hook up our tow bar to. The tow bar is going to connect to the base plate. The other end is going to connect to the motorhome, and that's what's actually going to make that physical link to hold the two vehicles together. We're also going to have safety cables. Now these are going to be here just in the event of an accidental disconnect. These are going to hold our Explorer to the back of our motorhome. What we're also going to have is tow bar wiring. The wiring is going to transfer the lighting signals from the back of your motorhome to the back of your Explorer, keeping you not only legal but safe. And finally, we're going to have a braking system. Now the supplemental braking system is actually going to apply your Explorer's brake pedal. That way it can stop on its own and not have to rely on the motorhome to do all the stopping. And the first thing you're really going to want to choose is a base plate. Kind of think of the base plate as the foundation. This is really going to help determine which tow bar is going to work the best and etc. So today we have the Blue Ox base plate, which I think is a good choice. It's going to be really easy to use. These arms are going to be removable. That way whenever we're not flat towing, it's going to be nice and hidden and you're really not going to notice it. Now there are other base plates available that will accomplish the same thing as far as giving us a solid connection point. But like I said, I like this one, the looks of it, and I also like how they're going to have pre-attached brackets to the base plate. That'll allow us to easily and quickly mount up our other flat tow components. Now as far as the tow bar goes, the one we have here today is an older Blue Ox. As you can see, it's held up really nice. And this is one that actually the customer already had. But if you're new to the flat tow world and need a tow bar, the one that I would personally recommend would be the Blue Ox Avail. Now I really like that one for a couple of different reasons. One of them being it's going to be non-binding, which this one is here too, just to give you an idea. But say if you get to the campsite after you're flat towing or wherever you're going and you're not on perfectly level ground, which happens more than you think, with the tow bar being non-binding, it's going to be really easy to get disconnected. You're going to pull up on a lever, the arms will become free, you'll be able to unhook everything. As compared to some of the other ones, which the arms more or less lock into position and you really got to fight them to get them disconnected. The Avail is also going to look really good and be relatively lightweight and easy to use. And one thing that I really like is the fact that it's going to come with safety cables. So that's a nice thing. You're not going to have to worry about sourcing your own safety cables, and just one less thing to have to worry about. Now as far as the safety cables go, today we have some Blue Ox safety cables. Like these, they're relatively big. They got this little spring-loaded keeper here, so they're going to be really easy to kind of hook on to what you're trying to hook on to. They're also going to be coiled, so you're not going to have to worry about them dragging the ground, but whenever you make those wide turns, you're still going to have plenty of stretch and length. Now, there's a couple different types of safety cables, one of them being the coiled type like we have here today. There's also going to be straight cables. So the cables that you're going to want to use really just depends on your tow bar. Some tow bars actually have a channel that runs along it, and with that style of tow bar you're going to want the straight cables because those channels are going to kind of hold your safety cables up from dragging the ground. Tow bars without channels, you're going to want these coiled ones. That way they'll stay up out of the way and we're not going to have to stress out about these dragging the ground. Now as far as the tow bar wiring goes, today we're using the Roadmaster 7 to 6-way, and that's going to be a diode wiring kit. Now me personally, I really like the diode wiring kit because once we have it installed, all we're going to have to do is plug in our coiled cable whenever we're ready to flat tow. Those diodes are also going to protect the factory wiring on our Explorer. In case of a short or an electrical issue on the motorhome side, we're not going to have to worry about it messing up anything on our Explorer. Now another option to go with would be magnetic lighting. And I'm not a huge fan of those. That's simply because you're gonna have to set it up every time you wanna go out flat towing. You're gonna have to worry about finding a spot for the magnetic lights to stick to the body of your vehicle. And you're gonna have wires kind of draping over the top of your car from the back to the front. Now when it comes to the braking system, we're gonna have a few different options. Our particular motorhome today has air brakes, and if your motorhome has air brakes, the braking system that I would recommend would be the Air Force One. And that's because it's specifically designed to work with motorhomes with air brakes. Now if you don't have air brakes, there's another option, and a permanent option at that, and that would be the Demco supplemental braking system. It's really easy to use. Once it's in place, doesn't take no time at all to get set up. Now if you're not looking for more of a permanent option, but yet more of a portable style, the Blue Ox Patriot is a great choice, easy to use, easy to set up. So the reason I really like those three braking systems in particular is that they're going to be proportional. So that's going to provide you with a smooth and predictable stop. So the harder you hit the brake pedal in the motorhome, the vehicle is actually going to match it. So for example, if you're just kind of rolling to a stop, say if you got a red light, you're just lightly on the brake, your vehicle is going to match that pressure. But if you come to a situation where it's an emergency and you really need to stand on that brake pedal all the way, again, inside of the Explorer, that brake pedal is going to be depressed completely and match the intensity here in the motorhome. And that'll finish up our look at of our best flat tow options for our Ford Explorer. I hope you find this information useful and it helps you whenever you're deciding which setup you want to go with.